The modern-day mountain bike is a machine of near-limitless capability, built to withstand the rigours of the most technical trails and the worst conditions day after day. Despite that, they're still not perfect, so here are 5 features, flaws and spec choices that we would happily never see again on a mountain bike. It's a shame that the I-beam standard never properly took off, because let's face it, seat clamps and saddle rails are one of the most fiddly and frustrating things to faff with on a bike. Loosening the bolts leaves the cradles sliding about all over the place. There's minimal clearance under the saddle to jam your finger in to hold non-captive nuts in place, and the bolt's location right next to a tube of metal means adjustment on the trail with a multi-tool is the mechanic's equivalent of you turning a truck on a single-track road. Oh, and don't get us started on the use of Torx bolts anywhere near a saddle clamp. Tyres keep your bike connected to the ground while providing the requisite grip for cornering and braking. Clearly, they're incredibly important. So why do we still see bikes at all price points with hard compound tyres fitted as spec? Yes, they tend to weigh less, so the bike is more appealing on the shop floor, but the moment you take that bike anywhere other than tarmac, it'll be slipping and sliding all over the place. A dual or triple softer compound tyre will grip better, give you more confidence, more speed, and therefore more fun on your bike. Bike companies, give people better tyres, please! The most game-changing innovation to land in mountain biking in the past decade, we rarely ride without a dropper post. So how come they are still, on the whole, unreliable and a pain to fit? There are notable exceptions, but fitting most droppers require 3 miniature hands to thread cables through tiny clamps and spring-loaded actuation levers, jam outers through internal cable routing, and cut everything to length with an unspecified but extremely narrow margin for error. Then, when it's fitted, you face regular cable retensions, rebleeds or replacements as the tiniest disturbance results in that sinking feeling. Seriously, it's just a glorified office chair. Why can't anyone seem to make one that's easy to fit, is reliable, easy to adjust and doesn't have a stupid saddle clamp? It may not be something you do all that often, but getting the reach just so on your brake levers is a vital aspect of being comfortable on a bike. It's an issue that afflicts cheaper or super lightweight brakes more, but why oh why do companies insist on putting the reach adjustment bolt right behind the lever in its most inaccessible place? Unless you have the dexterity of an octopus and a very bald ball-ended hex key, you simply have to remove the brake lever from the bars every time you want to tweak it. If you're going to give us the ability to adjust our brakes, at least make the bolt accessible. It's a great selling point, isn't it? Buy this bike with this wonderful gadget and you'll get 2 bikes in one. Whether it's Shapeshifter, Minolink or Twinlock, many brands now offer a uniquely revolutionary system for adjusting the geometry of their bikes on the fly. Honestly though, if we weren't obliged to test all the capabilities of a new bike, we'd just switch it to the lowest slackest setting from the outset and then leave it there forever. Please, bike companies, your bike is better when it's more rad and has fewer moving parts and cockpit controls that can potentially break. Did we miss anything? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to like or subscribe.